arrival of our guest of honor, the Honorable Dr. Abdul Aziz Kaprawi, Deputy Minister of Transport, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly have a seat. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our guest of honor, the Honorable Dr. Abdul Aziz Kaprawi, Deputy Minister of Transport, Malaysia. Yang berbahagia, Dato' Haji Ghazali Drahman, Deputy State Secretary of Penang State Government. Yang berbahagia, Dato' Abdullah Yusuf Basiron, the first Vice President of APSN. Mr. Fei Wei Jun, Secretary General of APSN. Mr. Muhammad Fuzi Muhammad Nazel, General Manager of Penang Port Commission, distinguished APSN Council members and Advisory Board members, distinguished speakers and moderators, officials from the Ministry of Transport Malaysia, the heads of departments from various government agencies, distinguished guests, delegates and participants, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum, Salam Sejahtera and Salam Satu Malaysia. A very good morning and warm welcome to the official opening ceremony of the 9th APSN Council Meeting and Workshop 2016, proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Transport Malaysia and organized by the Penang Port Commission. A warm greeting of Selamat Datang and welcome to Penang, Pearl of the Orient and Georgetown City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, especially to all our international delegates, as well as our delegates and participants from Malaysia. And a special welcome to our guest of honor, the Honorable Dato' Abdul Aziz Kaprawi, Deputy Minister of Transport, Malaysia. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to welcome our guest of honor. Terima kasih. Moving on with our program, ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege and honor to call upon Mr. Fei Wei Jun, Secretary General of APSN, to deliver his welcoming remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Fei Wei Jun.
Your Excellency Datuk Abdul Aziz Kaprawi, the Deputy Minister of Transport of Malaysia, distinguished guests and participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So, on behalf of APSN, the APEC Port Service Network, I'm so pleased to be here to warmly welcome you all to the APSN workshop on the safety of dangerous goods at ports, which is jointly organized by the APSN and the Ministry of Transport Malaysia. I'm so delighted to see many of the old friends and some new faces present today and for the workshop. So welcome you all in the APSN community. So APSN was initiated by the APEC leaders in 2006 in Hanoi. And thanks to all the commitment and concerted efforts by all APEC member economies, APSN was officially established in November 2008. So the aim of APSN is set up common platform for dialogues and interchange in APEC ports and its related industries, so as to contribute on the integration of the regional economy development and the supply chain connectivity, which is the key objective of APEC as a whole. So APSN now embrace the 18 member economies among the total 21 economy in APEC. And we have about 150 regular members from the port and its related industries in Asia Pacific region. So under the direction of the APEC transport ministers and the Transportation Working Group, so-called TPTWG, APSN has been making every effort to build its unique platform as a facilitator and bridge for dialogues, communications, and cooperations among the port community in different economy and between the governments and private sectors. So every year, APSN organizes a workshop on the selected subject. APSN has 3 strategic directions in terms of connectivity, sustainability, and safety security. So in the past 4 years, we have conducted APSN workshop in USA, in Thailand, Philippines, and Hong Kong, China. The subjectives of those workshops were mainly focused on the green port development and the supply chain management for gateway port connectivity. With the significant growth of transport dangerous goods around the world, also in Asia Pacific region, so the handling of dangerous goods has become more and more important to the safe and efficient operation of port. Some of them already suffered the consequence of disastrous incidents, such as the big explosion in Tianjin container yard last year. So also draw more and more attention from the public. So with that background, the main objective of the workshop is to focus on the safe handling dangerous goods at ports and to provide a forum for ports and related industries to share views and exchange ideas on minimizing the risk of dangerous goods at the port. So we are very pleased to have with us today the eminent speakers from international organizations, research institutes, port authorities, and port operators, and shipping companies to take part in the workshop. So with their contributions and your active participations, I wish and I believe that we will have a very successful and productive workshop over the next 2 days. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I'd like to welcome you again and thank you for your participation and support for APSN. In particular, I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the Deputy Minister, Honorable Deputy Minister, for gracing this workshop. And also thanks for the Transport Malaysia and the Pinglan Port Commission for their excellent arrangement and great hospitality. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fei Wei Chun, APSN Secretary General. Once again, a big round of applause to Mr. Fei Wei Chun. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to invite our guest of honor, the Honorable Dato' Abdul Aziz Kaprawi, Deputy Minister of Transport Malaysia, to deliver his opening speech and keynote address. Please welcome Honorable Dato' Abdul Aziz Kaprawi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam satu Malaysia. A very good morning. Yang berbahagia Dato' Abdullah Yusuf Basirun, First Vice President of APSN, come the Chairman of the 9th APSN Council meeting, Yang berbahagia Dato' Ghazali Draman Penang, Deputy State Secretary, His Honorable Mr. Fei Wei Jun, APEC Port Service Network Secretary General, yang berbahagia Muhammad Fauzi bin Muhammad Nazir, the General Manager of the Penang Port Commission, delegates and participants, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to officiate the workshops on safety of dangerous goods at ports in conjunction with the 9th APEC Port Service Network Council meeting here in this beautiful island of Penang. Here I wish to extend a warm welcome to fellow delegates and participants from various countries. While I am confident that you are entirely dedicated to the sessions that will follow, and I do hope you will also take the time to enjoy this fascinating Penang Islands and Malaysia with its tropical setting, friendly people, and multicultural cuisines. I just mentioned to Mr. Fei that in Penang, you can enjoy the food heaven. You can have very extensive food, especially the seafood in Penang. The objective of the APEC Port Service Network is to promote the development of APEC port industry by fostering a more cohesive and cooperative partnerships among APEC port and port-related industries, and to encourage capacity building and information sharing. And what better way to achieve the objectives than having the workshops right here in the heart of Malaysia's melting pot of Penang Island. By putting this event together, APSN has demonstrated its commitment to their own tagline, which is to foster networking for stronger port industry and better community continuously. As we can see for ourselves, there is a good turnout today at the APSN workshop on safety of dangerous goods at ports. What we have here is an important platform for industry experts to share and discuss with the participants topics relating to maritime industry and especially best practices in the areas of handling dangerous goods at ports. I was made to understand that the APSN workshop for the next 2 days will look into the increasingly important issues of the handling of dangerous goods and the safe operation of ports in the Asia-Pacific region. The workshop will provide an excellent platform for Asia-Pacific port authorities, industries players, relevant international organizations, and stakeholders to exchange information and share best practices on safe management of dangerous goods at ports. It has been almost a year now since the most unfortunate hazardous chemical explosions at a warehouse storing dangerous and flammable material in the port of Tianjin. The explosion resulted in enormous economic and human losses and generated much serious concern among the general public surrounding the use of harmful chemicals. Transport of dangerous goods needs to be regulated in order to prevent, as far as possible, accidents to persons or property and damage to the environment. the means of transport employed, or to other goods. However, there are different regulations in every country, and for different modes of transport, these differences could seriously impede international trade in chemical and dangerous products. In addition to that, dangerous goods are also subject to other kinds of regulations. For example, work safety regulations, consumer protections regulations, storage regulations, and environment protections regulations. This adds to the discrepancies of regulations governing transport of dangerous goods, which may result in not only difficulties in trade, but also unnecessary lack of safety in the transport of such goods. The productions, the storage, transportation, and use of dangerous goods are unavoidable. Many harmful chemicals are essential raw materials and additives necessary for the production of goods that benefit society. Therefore, we might as well put these goods as our highest priority in risk management and control. We need to correctly identify and understand harmful chemicals while at the same time managing them scientifically in a targeted manner. By reviewing and analyzing the cause and effect of the cases, such as the explosion at the port of Tianjin and other incidents that will be discussed here, we hope this workshop will spur us to place greater emphasis on risk management and increase our ability to identify, control, and reduce risks. Ladies and gentlemen, changes in dangerous goods transportation legislation and regulation are expected, as we cannot solve today's problem with yesterday's solutions. This workshop is, therefore, a timely intervention in bringing maritime experts together to share ideas and experiences about the demand of changing times, and participants are also expected to evaluate the manner of managing risks regarding handling of dangerous goods at ports that are in line with the world's current best practices. I'm pleased to share that Malaysia has implemented various practical measures to improve safety in handling dangerous goods at ports. Each port authorities has its own dedicated dangerous goods units or department that is responsible for, among others, things to update lists of dangerous goods, to facilitate reclassifications of dangerous, to give technical advice to port operators and port users in terms of handling of dangerous goods, to conduct supervisions and inspection at dangerous goods areas, to conduct inspection on the labeling of dangerous goods cargoes, and to cooperate with Marine Department of Malaysia in collecting data on hazardous, noxious substances handling in ports. But indeed, we cannot be satisfied what we already have and stop there. We have to adapt to constant changes by applying best practices in facing the future and unforeseen challenges. As we all know, human errors and poor judgment are usually the main cause of incidents and accidents. However, we also know from experience that it is possible to minimize these through regular industry engagement, public educations, and implementations of